him now, I think.
Oh, no.
I know. I was talking to Mark. I was like, "Oh, we got to get you played Miriam, and we got to get Peter to."
By the way, I did have one work meeting where I logged in with the same name that I have on this game. Like,
Yep.
oh no, edit.
I went to a job interview with the mass background.
Oh no, what was that?
It's a cityscape background. It's like a futuristic cityscape. And it was with General Assembly, like they knew me already, and I was like, oh yeah, oops.
Sorry. Anyway.
I'm a hero in my other life.
Yep,
anyway, I'm way more interesting than anyone you're oh, sorry. This interesting thing I'll do. I'll change my background to boring.
I'm a boring person with no creativity.
I don't know if my name was changed. So you were in a meeting as Rupert Frank.
My name does not persist. It always comes on as my name.
Oh yeah, my name is not the same too.
Yeah, I have several accounts, so I never know which one is.
No.
I've only got 2, but I only use this one now. I have a UT account as well for because I got one for being a fake medical patient. Yeah. Since I'm technically a UT employee because
get that
I do
full
that
hour
sporadically. Which sucks because I get all the mandatory UT emails all the fucking time.
No.
Don't you love our emails? All the summer emails that were
God,
like,
no.
we are so concerned with Delta, so you need to be safe, and we're not going to change a fucking thing.
It's all on you, buddy.
Give me that money.
And then it was just a gif of somebody making it rain.
Like, wow, President Hartzell, that is not okay.
Oh, that reminds me, I was just listening to this podcast about kind of like global warming and just things you can do to change and systematic, anyway, a bunch of stuff. But they were talking about how the big oil company, there was that time when the big oil companies basically were putting out all their situations about things you can do. It's like putting it on a consumer, things you guys can do to end global warming.
Heath, you're going to like the videos I'm going to have you edit then. That's the project I was doing with young people this summer, is that we took all those stories that we were told we should do, and they like
things that you guys should all do. You consumers.
The show opens with us telling the kids what they should do, and they're like, shut up.
No, you.
No.
This was actually a pretty affirming podcast in a way, because this guy, I've actually heard 2 different podcasts now recently that were both sort of reaffirmed by the way, anything you do as an individual is meaningless, but it's still good to do because it reflects your values and talking, and it's not actually going to make any difference to the picture, but it's still good to live your values. And but this one was good because the guy was actually just lining it up and being like, it practically, this is totally doable. Like, we can solve this. It's not like, oh, we're fucked, this is unsolvable, there's nothing, we're too far gone. He's like, no, this is, if only we could do this. And it's like,
yeah, super solvable.
It's like very cut and dried. This is solvable. We know this for a fact.
Stop doing
right
it
now.
Stop it. Stop doing it.
And I was just surprised. I learned a lot of things I didn't know. Like, just that one of the biggest things is if we just recycle refrigerants, that one thing. If companies would just recycle refrigerants and get more modern refrigerants, huge giant impact.
Nah.
Or not. Counter argument. What if not?
What if I don't wanna?
I don't like changing things.
Yeah, I was last time this year I was doing an independent study, and one of the challenges was like, she's in social work, and she was like, I want you to develop a theory of change. And eventually the theory of change essentially that we were talking about was like, oh yeah, people don't, things don't change by people being convinced of things. It's just this path of least resistance changes.
Yeah.
Where it's it's not that we convinced everyone to stop segregating. It's that we made it too difficult to be a racist outright. And now we have to be sneaky racism.
Yeah. Covert racists.
So I was like, this is a really depressing worldview, but also feels like it makes sense.
Very practical.
We're like, oh, okay, so we just make it easy for people not to be dicks. Got it.
Yeah, super easy. Yeah.
When they were talking about the like individual actions thing and all that, when they were laying that all out, they were like, yeah, each individual person's footprint is literally 0.903%. So I mean, great, recycle and put solar panels on your house and all that, not gonna make a difference. But still, again,
it makes you feel good
conceptually, because you're living your values, and maybe somebody else sees you putting solar powers and goes, oh sure, maybe I should do that,
it sends that signal that we should be doing
and
this.
and like consumer power, like since I'm in the advertising department, we always talk about like what would consumer power do, and it's like, oh, still not a lot. But maybe there would be ways. Like now we do greenwashing. Like now we pretend to be green at least because people want direction.
Baby steps, I guess.
Big takeaway was vote for people who will enact the policies that align with your values.
And so long as your vote isn't suppressed or gerrymandered to nothing, then
but that's not likely. So
it's really funny seeing my sister's Twitter account because she lives in North Carolina, and so I see all of the defending of like Texans, of like, not all Texans are terrible, stop shitting on Texans because of that. And I was like, I don't see these like attacks. I just see my sister retweet our defenses of Texans, and I'm like, what have they been saying?
I mean, it's true, but what?
It's true, but only see. I feel like my Twitter is only like backlash against things, and I never see the original thing.
Yeah, same.
Well, it's funny because I feel like, I mean, it's not like Austin is, I mean, I know a lot of great people who live here, but it's still not, I mean, it's the same thing as like, why I don't at all. When I hear somebody going, oh, fucking men suck, I'm like, I have no argument against your point.
Yeah.
You're
I
correct.
don't think I suck, but yes, you are correct, men.
On average.
I do not disagree with your general assessment, as long as you allow me some personal freedom to be judged on my own accord.
And I know for sure I have sucked in the past.
Oh, absolutely.
And probably still do. So
haven't we?
You're cool.
Then your mind just kind of drifts off to, who are the worst men I've crossed paths with?
That's a full
Sometimes, I've had this conversation. Sometimes I hate it because you are a man, other men assume you're behind the curtain too, and they can talk to you like a man. You're like, no, I don't want to hear these things you're saying.
This really clicked in my head recently of like, as I get more and more involved in actually unlearning racism, of like this, when white people enter BIPOC spaces, there is this often like, wow, people don't like immediately trust me and give me the benefit of the doubt like they do in the real world. And I have felt that too, where I'm like, oh, like people kind of assume that I'm shitty because I'm white. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that's privilege. Like I just usually get this benefit of the doubt, and then like to go into like, this is, I just gotta like hang out long enough to earn trust and be like, yeah, you're right about us on average, but I'm gonna stick around and keep showing up. But I was like, oh my God, I'm doing the thing. I'm doing that thing. But I'm a good white person. Like, well, that's a fair judgment to like assume a generic white person's probably not gonna be great.
Yeah. On average.
There are things that are sad but true.
I was like, oh, that was that benefit of the doubt I usually am used to.
I heard that too when they were talking about, like, on one of the billions of podcasts I listen to about, some people complaining now when, people are whatever, they're making sure that a writer's room is filled with representation, and then you get the angry white guys being like, I can't get, everybody's shouldering me out of jobs. It's like, well, no, it's just that you had been shouldering other people out of jobs for decades and decades and decades.
And it's also that like people who are in hiring will often say to a writer that sucks, like, I'm sorry, couldn't get you the gig. It went to a fellowship for someone of color. It's not that you're a bad writer.
But you are.
Like, your white mediocrity is no longer working for you.
You can't just coast on like just being a white guy anymore. Like,
I feel like Good. I feel like I sort of climbed that rope ladder, and now I'm watching it getting taken up behind me. I'm like, sorry.
Guess what? There's more competition now, so you got to work a little harder for what you get.
It's almost like to do good work now.
I've wondered, I've noticed in my acting career that since the pandemic, I think I mentioned it's like since January, I track all my auditions and everything. Since January, I have had way more auditions than I usually have because they've all gone video now. But my booking rate has been in the fucking toilet, way low. I usually book around 20%. And I think I'm sitting at around 5 or 6% right now. And I've been like,
so at first I was like, wow, is it balanced out by the larger number of auditions?
I don't know. My theory I'm heading towards those. So first I'm like, is it that I suck at, maybe I'm not good on video and I'm better in the room, which is possible. But then I started to wonder, related to what you're talking about, I wondered if it was the fact that there's just more competition now that it's all video. So they can see a lot more people and a lot more people can send in tapes, then you can get into a room during the course of a day of auditions or whatever.
So
maybe we've just been slowly poisoning you.
Maybe. Or maybe I just, as I age, I suck more. Who knows? But yeah, so it's been like, yay, so many auditions this year. Boo, I'm not booking any of them.
That makes sense, but it's sad,
did I tell you all I played through finally the epilogue of Hades?
No.
Oh no.
I haven't played that in a while now. I kind of plateaued and started getting frustrated. I'm like, I'm sort of tired of getting basically playing through to Theseus every time, and one side of every 5 or so times getting past Theseus, and then one side of every 10 times maybe getting past the next stage.
And then you get the second.
Now I got to Hades twice. One of which I killed him once. Like, oh no.
I had that moment as well.
Immediate.
Me too. Yep. Like I did.
I watched Mark do that where he's like, I'm about to beat the game. No.
That was one of my first almost rage quit, fuck this game moments. I was like, oh, fuck you game. That was bullshit.
And then later on when you do you can do the pact of punishments that make different things harder, and one of them there's a third
stage of that.
Third stage. I was like, cool. I was like, what's Cerebus doing here? Oh no!
Oh no!
See, I imagine.
Oh, you have to fight Cerb? No.
He's like Hades is like special attack.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
there's a third round.
Yeah.
So bad.
So I'm guessing this is probably much like the really hard piano part I'm currently trying to learn. At first,
Italian restaurant.
At first, I was like, playing this at speed seems unfathomable and impossible to me right now.
Yeah.
But then later, I've gotten up to where I can actually sometimes do some of the sections at speed. I'm like, oh, holy shit, my hands just did that. And I'm guessing Hades will eventually get like that where, because I remember when it used to the first time I met Meg and I was like, how am I ever going to get past Meg?
There's no way.
And then now I almost always get past Meg. So I'm hoping I will feel that way about Hades.
For me, it's been slowly discovering what works for my strengths and weaknesses as a player. For me, I found a weapon that lets you drag enemies to you. And I am terrible at navigating isometric maps. What is up here? What is it? And so it's like, oh no, bring everyone to me and punch them.
I dash so much, which is normally good. I always take powers that damage things when I dash. But that makes me hate that lava level because I hurt myself way more than anybody else ever hurts me because I'm always dashing into lava constantly. God damn it, son of a bitch, stop dashing into the lava.
And the isometric dyslexia really helps there where you're like, I'm in lava. Which way is out of the lava?
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, not that left.
That's
no,
more
not
into
that
lava.
I finally played a game that was not RimWorld. I played 80 Days. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah? What did you think of it? I played that a bunch.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice little...
Played through it once or twice.
Nice little story game. Yeah, I played through it technically twice because the first time I was like, whoops, stuck in Asia.
Yeah.
And then the second time I kind of ran it through and I was like, oh, it's definitely one of those games that Mark and I play very differently. Mark will see the matrix in the spreadsheet and be like,
Here's how you optimize it.
There's a story. Let's find out about this person.
Yeah, so it's basically around the world in 80 days. But the conceit that's neat to me is that there's a lot of just literary color text. So it's like, oh, you're reading the next chapter of this story. And they'll introduce characters with through lines and stuff like that. But then there's still the mechanic of picking up things and picking up money to get tickets to the next city.
Yeah.
Mechanics like that.
There's definitely like this theme of the world is changing. And I was very pleased to learn it's a bit queer too.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the
I was like, Pastor Joe just kissed a dude. We're staying in New Orleans.
Oh, that part. Yep.
I was like, yes. And there's like, the little, I can see myself revisiting it because it has the little achievement badges. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Points.
Trophies.
Things.
But it was finally getting out of RimWorld.
RimWorld's such a good game.
It's so good. They just added religion, so.
Oh, Mark, do you have Cubism for the Oculus Quest?
I don't think I got it, no.
It's very soothing and fun, I would say.
Nice. Oh yeah, I think I remember reading your thing about it. It sounds good.
Yeah, you get a like 3D boxy shape and then a bunch of little Tetris like 3D pieces, and you just have to arrange them so it fills the space perfectly. And it's very, very pleasant.
I want that.
I should post some video of myself playing it at some point. Who remembers where we left the story?
I don't know. Okay. I'm in charge.
We were in.
The reality's really high, which we should change.
Get it even higher. 7 reality.
7. Too
so
real.
Oh, the rails. The rails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Winona just left and looked like she was on rails.
Oh, God.
And
I had seen the
yeah.
And then
Frank and I were hanging out at my house with our ghost.
Oh yeah, you're hanging out with both have an invisible friend. I set myself up. I was after the last time we played. I was like, oh no, I set myself up to play a really weird game where you both see an invisible person, but see it as a different invisible person.
Like that Red Dwarf episode.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody's on rails.
So Miriam is outside the coffee shop.
And didn't she see her own, her own rail ending abruptly or something?
It went into the shop, I think. She followed it there.
Oh, okay.
We were speculating on what we saw.
Oh, I might have floated the idea.
I like the idea that I think you brought up like it going and then stopping. But I don't think we established exactly what it is. But I'm happy to do that. Chuck escaped the
weird little prison,
alien cop prison by surrendering.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, Frank escaped real prison. Chuck is now hanging out with Buck.
Buck.
And I forget who Frank is seeing.
His boss, was it?
Oh yeah, Sergeant.
Oh,
he's so far only made emotional noises. Chuckling. He can't see him, he just hears him. Great, good. All right. Let's start with Miriam, since we left Miriam.
At the shop, seeing people on rails.
Yeah, so you just saw people on rails. Do you want to look at your own rail, or do you want to?
Yeah, I think I'd have to. I think I'd have to.
Such a philosophical
at this point,
question.
You're right. Do you want to see where you're going?
Do you want to see?
I think I would.
Should we roll for the rail? Feels uncertain.
Oh, by the way, I do have our dice room up here.
Oh, cool.
Put that in the old Chederinsky. Bam.
What why don't we roll for the rails? Let's see. What would be the worst what would you like to the
rails
to go to, and what would you hate for the rails to go?
This is a good question.
I'm just no longer doing any work as a GM.
I think that like her initial confusion is like she's not even really sure what she wants to happen from this, so the subconscious kind of takes over, and without, I don't even know if she realizes she has this thought, but she hopes the rail goes to Frink.
Yeah, cool.
And the worst case would be that it. What's gonna be the worst case? That it.
Ooh.
Well, that's a good one. What is she scared?
She sees it end in her own dead body.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I think worst case is there is no rail. I mean,
yeah,
or just like
that she doesn't have one.
Yeah, there's just no, or maybe that you look down and you see. I would think like no rail isn't correct, because then you'd be like, oh, it's cool, I'm not on a rail, I have free will. More like you look down and you see it extending in like all 8 directions, but then just stopping in all 8 directions.
Oh, that is somehow worse than just one.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
so
it.
You're on a rail that's no matter which way you go is going nowhere.
Definitely. All right, let me find your questions.
How does this game work again?
How does this game work? Why did
Mechanics and things.
All right, we got to get another G. My goal is to get a different GM.
No, raise reality beyond.
Meta point. Heath is going to be out for the next couple of weeks.
Next 3 weeks.
Next 3 weeks. Do we want to sort of shoot to try to wrap up this story tonight, and then maybe try something different with whoever is available next time?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
And another thing I was, we don't have to decide on today, but I was hoping to play a little earlier. Just that I have a very early bedtime.
Oh no.
I usually go to bed.
So that works for me.
It makes no difference to me at all.
I was gonna see if maybe we could play earlier.
Ooh,
it was like, oh yeah, I'm just usually very tired.
Anytime is good with me.
All right, Miriam, are you high?
I am. If I remember correctly, I think I'm right. You know, I'm riding that patch pretty good right now.
Yeah. Is this something you're good at?
No. This is. I don't think this has been my realm of anything.
Life planning.
Anything at all.
Having any sort of path. No. Is this part of your job?
Definitely not.
Have you read anything? Have you read about something like this?
Hold on, I'm just looking.
You do love the purpose-driven life.
Yeah, that's true. I was just looking at that right now on the character sheet. I feel like she might. I feel like this does apply. Somehow purpose-driven life feels applicable here.
It feels very manifesty. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where, like, if you just believe enough, the riches will come to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a yes on that.
You got 2 there. Are you too high?
No.
Right, good. So you're not high. So then you are not high enough for withdrawal.
No, I think like we're probably just on the tail end of the good area of this current patch.
Yeah. Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
Yeah, there is that for sure.
Are you in an unfamiliar environment?
No, because we established it. Well, I mean, depends on if you mean literally or metaphorically.
I think that you know the coffee shops.
Right. The coffee shop is not familiar, but the weird meta railroad.
Oh yeah, and
so it kind of depends.
Cab driver was there. I forgot. Bo.
Bo. The environment is familiar, but the thing that's in it is weird.
Yeah. Well, we'll say that the environment's.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Yeah. You hurt or otherwise fucked up.
Was she? She did fall.
You were recently.
Oh yeah, you fell off. You
got like
window.
Oh god.
Probably a little bit of internal.
We haven't exactly determined, the level of if she's recovered from that. And by now, I mean, since the fall, she's walked over to the coffee shop and stuff. So I don't really know if
probably not great.
Yeah, I imagine you got like broken ribs and are having like a little bit of breathing trouble. But
I mean,
you're functional.
Surviving a 4-story fall is probably as much as you could ask for. Plus being in good shape from it.
Okay, well that's a 0.
No, there's a shocker.
Peter, have you watched what's the spy show? Patriot, I think it is.
No.
It's very good, but it reminds me of this because they're like he does like spy stuff or whatever, but like the effects are cumulative. So like he jumps off a building and like the rest of the series he walks with a limp and like he gets like hit in the back of the head, and the rest of the series his vision is blurry. Like
oh no,
like things just keep getting worse, and his finger gets shot like and like but like it's not just like oh hero walk it off. It's like oh no, like by the end of the show he's just a mess.
Oh god,
it's so nice to see like those injuries just carry forward, which
and Terriers do a good job
usually in a show
too.
it's like someone gets hit and they're all bloodied, and then like the next scene they're fine. And you're like,
Terriers has like someone gets shot and he's in physical therapy for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I love it.
Trying to get his shoulder to work again.
Oh, Terriers.
Okay, so 3 dice. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at that!
Nice.
Not bad at all.
Oh wow.
5, 2, 5. All right.
So
Right,
we're
like
reality where it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, where are we at right now?
Sorry.
We got plenty of reality.
So yeah, that 2's going into reality, and then we're gonna do my thing and not do a bad thing.
All right.
Cool.
So the rails ahead of you lead to Chuck's house, where Rupert is. If you whatever you would like to do with that, and they do not stop.
And
I'm glad I
reality
didn't have to figure out what would both of those mean.
Yeah, that would have been.
I was just struggling where I was like, they loop. I don't know.
I guess that's where it stops.
There's just a circle around you.
That would have been a tough one. Well, luckily you don't have to figure that out.
I don't have to figure that out. All right. So what do you do, Miriam?
Another interesting perk of this game is sometimes when you have to get conflicting. I had one like that. I don't remember how. But I resolved it. Where it's like this happens and that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
What?
And reality's down to a 4 now. So
yeah, I just switched it from a 5 to a 4.
Identity-based weird thing.
Let me see. Yeah, identity-based weird thing. Oh, Miriam. Yeah.
I think either of you can put that in.
Okay.
Because the rules say you, but it doesn't say who you is.
Wow, really vague writer.
I know. Gotta nail that down.
I
guess it is referring to the player because it's you putting those. Yeah. Anyway.
So what were you saying about it?
Oh, so you want Miriam to introduce an identity-based thing?
Either one. Yeah, it's probably whoever's got a good idea.
I'm just thinking about that purpose-driven life. I'm wondering, let's see, something about, and you're really good at Bible quotes. Let's see, let's pull up a quote from purpose-driven life. All right, what do we get?
What if she sees somebody else's rail going and she knows it's going towards Rupert and jumps rails over to that? Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
So it's like she's still herself, but she's
able to take advantage of the.
She's moving on somebody else's path.
I think that's good. I think that's good because it kind of also challenges her. Not challenges, but like confirms to her that like you're not stuck on one rail toward a destination that you have no control over. Because she wants to believe that you have some control over your own destiny, what you manifest in your life.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh, okay.
You are free to choose what you surrender to, but you are not free from the consequences of that choice.
Ooh, yeah.
So that quote is stuck in your head like an earworm, and then you hop rails onto someone else's.
Yeah, I feel like I see my rail, and the other rail I see kind of like faintly glowing blue, and I'm like, I feel like I want to be on that rail.
And so once you hop on that rail, you don't remember this. You kind of body goes like limp, like on a hanger, like all the others have been doing. And the next thing you know, you have also shown up at Chuck and Frank's Chuck's store.
Oh man.
Weird.
You just kind of like it seems like you just appeared, but.
And what were we doing before?
I think I just brought 3 beers out into the living room. One for each of us and one for Buck.
Oh yeah, we turned away as you were starting to catch up.
I like the idea of keeping the game in the air of like, now I just see the sergeant taking it to us.
And maybe like we have, we can cut past the us explaining to each other what had happened to each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
nope, we're playing it out to the bitter end.
So you have so both of you, yeah, we gotta do real time. So you have, did you both reveal what had happened?
Yeah, I think I was like, man, this is the craziest shit, and let's go through.
Okay, you didn't
it step by step.
You didn't, like keep any of it secret.
I may have embellished a little bit, but
yes.
Probably not much because it's pretty weird.
And I think Rupert is in a state of like, Chuck is probably the only person he would tell this after it's happened to him. Like, he doesn't see a lot of consequences to telling Chuck about this, and Chuck is probably the only one in his circle that would believe it at this point.
Yeah. All right, so you two have kind of rounded out your stories, and Miriam shows up at the door.
Yeah, I think at this point we're like just sitting in the living room, like, yep.
And I know it was Miriam's house, right? That where all this shit went down.
No, I don't think.
I think we still don't.
Okay.
Because I kept wrestling with that, where I'd be like, oh yeah, and then he thinks, oh wait, he doesn't know it was her house still.
Oh yeah.
So I guess there's a knock on the door, and I grab my baseball bat again.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I can't remember. Just to refresh my memory, Miriam and Chuck knew each other as well
in high school.
High school together, yeah.
Now they're frenemies because Chuck quit church.
Right. And then Rupert just goes to the dentist there.
Right. Yeah, and they have kind of maybe a thing.
Yeah, maybe Rupert and Miriam definitely know each other. I just couldn't remember the deal with Chuck, if I would recognize him or what.
Yeah, you were like old high school friends.
Yeah.
But kind of like not liking each other.
Yeah. So I think I do like the sort of tweaker kind of like push open like the curtain on the window to sort of like see if there's anyone there. And I'll be like like to Frank, like, Frank, did you invite someone with you? Did someone come with you? What's going on?
And I think Rupert is like,
shit.
I think he just precisely says, I don't remember inviting anyone. That's the level of like self-understanding he has at this point.
But I do definitely recognize Miriam, and I think I just call through the door like, Miriam, what's going on?
Did I? Who is it? Is that you, Rupert? For some reason, I know it's gonna sound weird, but I thought Rupert was here.
Yeah, and I think there's just a tentative, I'm here too.
Yeah. I'll just open the door. It's like, it's for you.
Wait, Chuck? Wait, that's crazy. I haven't seen you since high school, Chuck.
Well, you see him at the house. Yeah.
But I didn't. I noticed this. I didn't know it was your house. I just kind of went for a stroll and had this. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I don't even know how to describe this.
I really want them to describe this.
It's like I saw this path here, and for some reason I thought that Rupert would be here, and I don't even know why. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's been a kind of crazy night. And I took
what kind of prison were you in? What kind of prison were you in?
I wasn't in a prison.
I think I like grab her by the shoulder, like look outside, and close the door, and bring her in.
But
tell us everything.
Oh, Rupert, I went to visit you, and there were weird men in your apartment dismembering a body.
I'm not totally surprised.
What kind of fucked up shit have you been into, Frank?
I was in jail. I don't know what happened in my apartment while I was in jail.
I was in alien jail, so I don't know what I was
doing. Look, Miriam, were the people around you stable? I mean, did they keep existing?
And
he's so just like
I kind of
serious as a funeral as he says it.
I should preface this all by saying I fell 4 stories. So maybe I've got a concussion.
That's okay. I was shot in the head.
I want that to be the one detail that Chuck left out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one of your buddies shot me in the head, man.
Are you both ghosts? Am I in a ghost house now?
I
mean, am I dead?
All 3 of us here are not ghosts.
I don't think I'm a ghost, but I did see people as if they were all on rails, being like floating along on rails.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I saw my own rail, but then I saw another rail that looked more appealing, and I jumped onto that rail, and it took me here. And I sound crazy.
What kind of drugs are you taking from the dentist's office?
Where's my drug? I don't take anything but the tarps. I take the tarps. I got a patch right here, tarps patch. That's
the ones that make you see things.
What? I mean, they give occasional hallucinations, but I don't generally have any. Which I know what I just said does not.
But no one shot you or put you in jail, right?
I think at the mention
he's upset.
At the mention of drugs, Rupert picks a couple of jujis out of his pocket and pops them in.
Look,
that's a good idea.
Me and Buck crawled away from that place. So
wait, who's Buck?
The guy we've been drinking with, Buck. My child.
Sergeant Gaines? Your childhood friend is Sergeant Gaines?
You never said your last name was Gaines.
Now the question is, do I see a third person as well?
I know. I'm so wondering. Do you see this person?
Let's find out. I'm gonna roll.
Or do you see the rails for this person?
Hold on. Let's find out. First off, do I see someone? Yes or no? No, I do not see another person in this room.
Okay, you don't see a third person.
But
nice.
See, yes, no. No, and I don't see any rails either. So I'm like, you guys.
Metagame comment. Mark and I were talking about this in terms of like, oh yeah, you can roll at any time to see if what you're seeing is real or not, or to be like, wow. Oh, but what's really happening is this, but this, and then it can be that or not.
So the lady who is seeing things is not seeing my friend here, who is clearly here, who both of us see.
I mean, he's my friend too. But
yeah. I see Chuck.
I see. Where did you meet him? You work with him?
Yes.
Fuck, you never told me you were a cop. Man,
he's a great cop.
I mean, of course, he was my best friend when I was a kid. So I'm surprised we never talked about him. That's so weird, man.
We haven't really had a lot of conversations. Like, not about.
At least I feel he's a really good listener now.
What do you mean? I mean, you're the one not seeing Buck, so I don't know. Like, do your hallucinations like make you not see people?
I don't think you can have anti-hallucinations. I don't think. But how would I know? Because I wouldn't know what I'm not seeing.
Buck.
I think there's probably. I'm noticing that I have the "Why would you do that?" favorite book. And it's like. I think there's a reason Miriam doesn't want to see this. It's maybe they've had a bad experience, but she's blocking him out.
Oh, it's just like some PTSD thing. She like looks like her uncle who fingered her or something, right?
Oh my god,
that never happened.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. You don't even know. You would remember something like that. You would think, but no, people block that stuff out.
We should just keep them in separate rooms, is what I'm thinking.
Buck, go get us. I don't know. Can you make some lemonade or something? I'm sure I got something. You don't drink, do you, Miriam?
I am right now. Yes.
Okay,
I'll take something.
Send Buck over to the kitchen to get us some drinks.
Yeah, and so Buck
through the wall.
Buck / Sergeant Gaines goes through
Bucky
the wall.
Gaines.
Bucky Gaines goes through the wall to make some lemonade.
So you said something about rails.
Do I still see them, by the way? Am I still seeing like everybody? Like I look and see them on rails?
I think that's Rupert's question at this point.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Miriam, do you still see the rails?
And you're on someone else's rail.
Find out. I was. Yes, I do still see the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see them clearly.
No.
My rail kind of ends now in sort of like a little disc platform right here. So I guess I'm not going anywhere for the moment.
Well, great, have a seat.
But the thing is, your 2 rails are going out the door.
Well, that's where we just came from.
Well, apparently that's where you're going.
There's no reason we would go out the door. Not now, especially. We're both hiding out.
Well, your rails say differently.
And Chuck, you're really good at predicting the weather by feel.
Yeah.
What weather do you feel is going to happen?
I feel like there's a cold front coming in. Maybe there's a storm coming up.
Yeah.
I feel that sort of like the pressure.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the pressure of a big storm coming in. And what do you usually do to prepare for a storm? Because you've got this like kind of shack situation.
Yeah, so I make sure the shed is all locked up.
Super storm worthy.
Make sure the basement door is locked down. Just make sure all the shutters are closed.
Oh yeah, so you immediately lead me out.
Yeah.
The door.
You immediately go outside.
Like I'm not going anywhere, but there's a storm coming, so I got to go out and batten down the shed. I'll be right back.
I'll help with
there
that.
you go. There's
All
that
right.
rail.
Yeah.
Make yourself at home, Miriam. I mean, if it's I hope it's not too fancy for you.
You can catch up with Sergeant Gaines. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
you
no,
can-
you can't see him.
My rail goes that way now too.
Okay, well,
So I
come
guess
on
I'm
out to
going
the
with
shed then.
It's a Mary follows.
I feel like the whole time she's like looking down, like when you're trying to walk on a curb, you don't want to fall off, and she's like,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I don't fall off this rail.
So I guess I'll lead them out to the shed where my project is.
Yeah. So
And I like to think that there's some cop who was coming after us who is now going wherever.
He's just in the coffee shop now. Like
that was the cop's rail.
I
It's
didn't
like,
want.
I don't want to be here.
Coffee.
Yeah,
Now he's in church.
that's the scene that we see is Winona meeting with this cop, and the cop's like,
I don't know why I'm here.
I
so
just blacked out.
So both Frank and so you've got your big contraption there that you've been building, and so Miriam and Frank both you see this big monstrosity, big mechanical thing. You don't know what the entire thing is, but there's one piece of it that each of you recognize. They could be different pieces. What is one thing that you see on this big Howl's Moving Castle contraption that you're like, oh, I recognize that piece of the thing?
Oh, yeah. There's a chamber with translucent walls that has goo in it and a brain suspended in it.
Yeah.
Maybe not a human brain, but clearly brain tissue. A giant blob of it with little electrodes connected in.
And is that something that you've seen before in your life, or you just recognize it as a brain?
I think I just recognize the sort of brain surface of it. I don't think it's something that he's seen before.
Cool.
And I feel like Miriam is staring at this empty socket, kind of strangely, like with a strange, like disbelief. Like that can't be. I think she asked Chuck, like, what? Why is there that empty socket, and why is it shaped like that? What's supposed to go there in that socket? That's where there's nothing. Because
so I keep this part separate, and I go. There's like a. It's like an old medicine cabinet that is like just mounted on the wall, not above a sink or anything, just for stuff. This is the last place anyone would look. I pull it out, and it's like a tube. It's got like it's almost like a long fluorescent light bulb, but it's clearly not a light bulb. It's like more like flat cylindrical. Like I was gonna do this by myself, but I guess it's time, right? If you say all of our paths have been leading us here, this must be the time, right?
Well, your path, my path, and whoever's path, Miriam.
Well,
oh yeah, but
I mean,
your path puts you on their path, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Here's the crazy thing, and maybe I'm just seeing things like like how constellations are bullshit, and you look up and there's a bunch of stars, and it looks like a crab. It's like, doesn't look like a crab, it looks like a bunch of stars. But see, that socket to me, it's tell me I'm wrong about this, because this is crazy. It just looks like my googly-eyed seashell art of two clam-faced people playing cards would just like fit right in there.
Oh, I mean,
see this?
Worth a shot.
That wouldn't fit in there, right?
Well, one way to find out.
It says what happens in Myrtle Beach happens.
I love how much we're like, I need my character sheet to tell me who I am. I didn't make this character. What did Nicole do?
Oh yeah, I still have the antique key sitting on my.
Oh yeah. Guess we all got a Captain Planet this shit.
Have we seen the key that you have?
No one has seen it yet, I don't think.
History mystery.
It's just an antique key that appealed to me.
There's no way you would have made a machine with it. I mean, obviously something else was meant to go there, right? But that just looks like it would fit just right.
So, Miriam, are you going to put the clam in
she
the
has to
socket?
To satisfy this mystery.
I think it's going to be a roll for that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the worst thing that can happen?
It's going to be only Miriam rolls.
I think that again
for the whole game,
with her full committing her full commitment. That's the word I'm looking for.
There we go.
To the purpose-driven life now, she feels like obviously something's coming together here, and so in her mind, the thing she wants to have is like this mystic. She's gonna put it in there, and it's gonna work, and this machine's gonna come to life and do something none of us expect. That's the good thing, by the way.
Yeah.
The bad thing is that it's going to completely melt and ruin her favorite keepsake, and make the machine do something very bad, or break or something.
The good thing was that it works.
Yeah, it works, and the machine like sputters to life and does something mystical in a good way, as opposed to breaking or doing something mystical in a bad way and melting her keepsake.
Yeah, we don't want to lose the keepsake. All right, let's roll for that.
Well, we got some questions first.
Oh yeah, we gotta do questions.
Yeah, we gotta do questions.
Yeah. All right, Miriam, are you high?
Yeah, I am.
Is this something you're good at?
It's such a subjective question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say yes, because I feel like this is like I am fulfilling my purpose-driven life right now.
Yeah, it's like a technical object.
Yeah.
Is this part of your job?
No, that is not. No.
Have you read about something like this?
I'm gonna go with no on this one. I gave myself the last one, but this time I'm gonna go with
yeah. No. Are you too high?
Maybe a little, since I just put on a fresh patch, and usually as we already established, I usually overlap patches a little bit, so I don't.
Yeah, there's always like this little peak in between.
Like a crossfade, yeah.
All right,
so probably a little bit too high.
Yeah, that means you're probably not high, not high enough for withdrawal. Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
I think you'd have to say that, yeah.
Yeah. Are you in an unfamiliar environment?
Yeah, I've never been to Chuck's before, or his shed.
Yeah. Are you hurt or otherwise fucked up?
Yeah, we've established that. I still
no.
-2.
-2 it is.
Machine.
Well, don't get much worse than that.
Wow.
Wow. No,
so I accomplished nothing.
Wow.
So don't do the good thing. Bad thing happens and reality goes down.
And you are now the GM.
And you're now the GM.
Or unless if I put the 4 in reality, it stays where it is. Is that what happens?
Put 4 in reality.
No, if it still goes down.
Okay, so it's going down no matter what. So it doesn't matter. Basically, it doesn't matter where I put anything, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping for a switch.
Everything's bad.
Yeah.
All right, but we finish out this scene first, right?
Yeah, I still got to make some shit up.
So I
don't know.
You're not off the hook yet.
He does something.
All right. So you feel the the clam googly eyes just kind of loses all blue at once, and all of the seashells go spattering to the floor. And then as you see them on the floor, they just kind of melt into the floor. And they're gone forever.
I think when that happens, I think that's what, like, Chuck is like, I told you I had this. That's not where that goes. And but shit is like going off. I like just have to like slam it into the slot and be like, oh my God, we're fucked now. Here we go.
At this point, I want the noise of the machine to be so high that all Miriam sees is just like the whole thing in Numb Show. Like,
yeah. So Chuck recognizes why this happened, and so you shove the actual right fluorescent tube in, the cathode ray tube or whatever. But the bad shit's still happening. And so I forget what this was originally for. Wasn't it for like
hooking up all the different internets
freeing
together?
The internet? Okay,
yeah.
So it was intended to hook the internet up together.
Oh, I wish I had.
But
but there's a brain in it too, so.
But it's not working. So what's actually happening is so internet. So you feel your sheets, buzz, and oh wait, one of your sheets one of them is gone, right? No sheets. Someone has disintegrated. I forgot. Yeah, and so instead of freeing all the internets, what it does is there's like a printer part of it, and a book just kind of comes out of that part of it, like a small, like manual looking book. And it just says how to on the cover. And with that, I will pass it over.
And you get Miriam back.
I get Miriam back. And I could use a break too.
Oh.
I know I no longer have power to.
As long as your name still says GM.
I'm still the GM!
But so does mine now. We must fight.
2 GMs. 4 Miriams.
Crisis on Infinite Miriams.
Yeah.
So 5 minutes? Is that what we want to do?
Yeah,
I just need a
cool.
Cool. All right.
I just noticed that someone is in the Twitch chat pretending to be Buck.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Can I open the Twitch without having to?
You can. You'll want to probably immediately mute it. There's a mute. Yeah. Or else you'll be hearing both things.
Yeah, I mute confusing. The whole site. So.
Yeah. It's funny. I was thinking about, I told you I got this like fancy schmancy new 4K webcam, blah, 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 which is like great if you're streaming yourself and using OBS and you can stream much more high quality. But I realized, I probably wasn't noticing the biggest, like I'd go back and watch some of our videos just to see how my sound quality was, wherever. And I'm like, it doesn't really look that much better, whatever. And I realized, I think it's because I think Zoom, obviously like limits, compresses down to, it says
and I know
HD.
How to get around it.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to turn off this camera. You can go into advanced, and basically there's a setting for like, I guess it's like for people who want to like do overheads or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So you can say set up a second camera for input, and then it shows up on your screen, and then you share the screen and it shares in 4K.
What?
I can find the exact instructions. That's
crazy.
Like, it's a weird little workaround, but
I didn't think about it until just the other day. Because I wanted to see it, I kicked up Google Meet because like I've never tried to see what this is about, and then Google Meet says like they cap out at 720p, and so I was like, oh, I didn't think about it. Maybe Zoom does too, but Zoom doesn't actually say it. Just says either like something or HD. But I'm like, well, you talking 720p HD or 1080p?
Yeah, I think it's 720, 720 or 480.
So like, well, that makes sense as to why my 4K webcam looks the same.
Yeah, I'll find the thing I found that shows you how to do that. It's pretty sweet.
But if I ever decide to stream again through OBS, I'll be so sharp people will feel uncomfortable. They'll be like, I don't like it. I can see too many details of his face.
So many pores.
It's like the close-up on SpongeBob or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or Ren and Stimpy, I guess. Never watched SpongeBob.
Those are so good.
All right, so Chuck, I'm gonna say
thank you
because it is your machine.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you tell me what happens. What's going on, man? What happens next with this crazy machine?
When the manual pops out, I am instantly horrified because this was the bad thing, and I know someone else is probably interested in it, so I'm just gonna be like, don't open it. Don't open it.
I'm gonna open it immediately because it's a how-to manual, and I love being told what to do.
Yeah, I think Rupert is toying with the cover a little bit.
He's just trying to trick you. He's just trying to trick you.
Okay, well, I think. Hold on.
It's gonna tell us what to do next.
This means
he tries this all the time.
This means just trying to trick you. One of you is about to make a roll. Let's see who it is. It's Nicole.
Only Miriam rolls.
So you're gonna make a roll to try and grab this manual and open it, and because Chuck does not want you to do that.
Yeah.
So obviously, I guess the thing you're trying to accomplish is opening the manual.
Yeah, I would like to open the manual to get guidance on what to do next. Because
and what do you think is
and that would be good for you.
It'd be good for me.
Yeah. What's the bad thing that will happen?
Oh, that may also be the bad. The bad
that Chuck is right.
The bad thing that happened is that Chuck is right, and it is a way that whoever he is tricking me.
The brain.
Okay, I got that. I think I got it. I think I got some ideas. Okay, then let me find the question part. Where is that?
I gotta remember how high I am since I wasn't in this body before.
Oh no.
Here we go. Okay, so are you high?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I recently taken a second. I'm cross-fading.
Is this something that you're good at?
Stashing things. Yeah, I'm good. I have three children.
Yeah, good point. And we've
snatch things
established
from
you
them
like
all the
reading
time.
manuals.
Love reading manuals.
Is this part of your job? What is your job? What do we establish?
I'm a
receptionist.
Dental
receptionist at a dental center.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd almost say reading manuals might be part of your job.
Like for phones
I'll let that be
and
for you. I'll let you
printers and
decide.
stuff. Let's say that is the one and not the snatching thing. So we'll just keep it even.
So keep it at 2.
I feel like I pushed it on one of those. So
no, I mean, I felt good about it all. Sometimes, you know. Have you read about something like this?
Not really.
I'd like to tell you about a little guy named Moses.
Well, I think.
Oh yeah, like I do love instruction books for life.
It's true.
It's kind of my thing, is instruction books for life. But I don't know if I haven't read about a book being printed out of a machine that does not look like it should belong altogether.
Do you think you're still too high? I know you were in the last roll. Have you come down enough? Or you think you're still too high?
I think I've come down a little bit. Now I'm in the like good part.
Okay, the Goldilocks zone.
Not
Goldilocks zone, which gets shorter and shorter as you keep.
Cool. So you're not too high and you're not too not high. Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
Yeah.
Are you in an unfamiliar environment?
Yeah, I haven't been to Chuck's house.
And you feel pretty hurt or fucked up.
Yeah.
So that takes us to a -1.
I should have taken that pity earlier. All right.
That's such a nice journey going on those questions.
I know, you're like
we're doing no.
Yeah, we have +3.
It's always such a roller coaster, like, yay, we're doing great. Oh, I've got -1.
I know, I think Mark did this first, and then I was doing it as GM, and I was like, oh, this is like mean. So I'm like, nope.
Put down one finger if you're
So -1 on your roll.
All right. Let's fucking do this.
Sure, it'll be great. Great.
Oh, was that me? That was you.
I was gonna say I
got to put dice in there.
I change my name in the dice roller now. I'm not.
All right, I got a 4, a 4, and a 5.
Hey, that ain't too shabby. Where are you putting your minus? Well, I guess we'll figure out where you're sticking stuff.
Hold on to the 5.
Yeah, reality goes up either way.
5.
Well, unless it gets
I think I want the 5. I want to grab it.
Okay, so you're gonna do the thing with your 5.
I'm gonna successfully grab it with the 5.
Okay.
But it's gonna be the bad thing.
It's gonna be the bad thing. And reality goes down.
Got it. And reality goes down to a 2.
Oh, you make reality go down?
How did?
No. Reality.
But 3 makes reality go down, doesn't it?
You could choose to use your -1 on one of the 4s if you want to.
Oh shit! No,
so it's your choice.
We'll
up or
keep
down.
reality right now.
Okay, so keep it at 3.
Or it goes up to 4.
If it's a 3.
If it's a 3, it goes down.
Oh,
if it's a 4, it goes up. It never stays.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one of them's a bad thing.
So yeah, basically, if you put a 4 in reality, you can bring it up. If you put it anywhere else, it's like.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put 4 in reality.
That makes more sense, I think.
It wouldn't really.
Cool.
It's not like an even split. I would roll a die for it, but.
Yeah. All right. So as you know, Chuck, he's still too far away, and he's like, "No, don't grab that manual." And you're like, "A manual! I love manuals." And
this will tell us what to
do. And it says, "How to," and as you read a little further, "How to become a part of the machine." Well, that's a strange title.
Wow.
Okay, let me explain.
Metaphorical.
I can explain this. I can explain it.
He's trying to explain it.
Style.
And as he's trying to explain it, like his voice kind of starts fading. Let me explain. I need to tell you. You're like, that's weird.
With the background, Marcus.
You barely pay it any mind because you're so entranced by this manual. You're like, oh, whatever. I'm reading the manual. And it's like, how to become part of the machine? What does that even mean? By reading this, you are now part of this machine. And that's when you look up and you're not in the shack anymore. But you're in something resembling Mark's background. Let's say that.
Yeah.
That's what Mark's background is. And you're like, "Whoa, that's
the black
weird.
guy in prison."
and extending from you, like where before you saw, clear rail that way, rail that way, rail that way. Extending from you as far as you can tell, you can't count. It might as well be infinite rails coming out of you.
Yes.
You're just like,
No.
what?
My dream.
You're like a spiky sea anemone of rails.
I'm finally happy.
And then you hear something all around you. Welcome to the machine. Okay, from the outside.
I finally belong.
From the outside, Chuck is lunging. Oh, dog! And Miriam grabs it and starts reading, and then instantly, like the machine emits like a blinding white glow that kind of expands and makes you, you can't help but close your eyes. It's that bright, and as it contracts, Miriam's gone. She's not there anymore.
She's in there with him now. Great. Another one.
With who? With Chuck? Who's in there?
Okay, can we put away the cop thing for just a second while I tell you this?
Yeah. He's thinking back on the day that he's had.
So, my dad had this weird theory, and he wanted me to help him prove something. So,
does this have to do with your dad's disappearance?
I mean, he hasn't really disappeared, right?
And it takes a long time. Like Rupert is looking at Chuck, looking at the machine, looking back at Chuck. Oh.
Yeah. This is why I'm trying to connect up all the networks. Dad had this theory. And I believe him now. I don't know if I believe him, but it makes more sense that this here, I kind of like push Frank's shoulder a little bit. This is not real. This is some kind of simulation. And what he wanted to do was connect up all the computers in the world to try and overload it to break us out. So he had me, he did the hard part. And then he left instructions. I don't know if you can tell, I'm not the most technical person.
1 second, I need to chase the dog out of my room.
Ivy.
Wait, do you mean a real dog or a metaphorical dog? A simulation dog?
I see the dog.
Is the dog named Buck?
Oh yeah, what's Buck doing?
Buck's making lemonade still, it sounds like.
just like so many lemons just being squeezed.
He really takes pride in doing good work.
He didn't tell me to stop making lemonade.
Making
so
lemonade
now,
for 4 is a lot of lemonade.
I guess he's figured out how to bring other people in there with him.
Peter can't hear you right now.
Oh no, where'd he go?
Oh, Peter's gone too.
He got sucked into the machine.
No, Frank.
This is what I was afraid was going to happen.
Okay,
he was going to figure out how to bring other people in there with him, and he did. Now Miriam's in there. I feel responsible, although she did put her fucking shell in the machine for some reason. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking.
How do we get... I think Rupert just like looks around and finds like some piece of jagged metal or something and starts beating against the machine with it.
You think I haven't tried that?
And he just keeps at it for a really longer time than he should.
I think some fucked up shit is happening right now. And one of the things we discussed before was like, oh, if maybe just asserting, I think Nicole brought it up, was like asserting the weird thing may be worth rolling to see like if the weird thing is the thing or if stuff is worse or wrong. And it feels like this is a really bad situation.
All right, so what are you saying? What do you want to do?
Are you rolling to
what is
see
it
if
you
your
would like
dad
to do?
disappeared because of the machine, or
Yeah, so I think I'm rolling to see if my dad was
if we're in a simulation?
Yeah, my assertion is dad was right. This is a simulation, and we need to hook up all the computers in the world to break out of it. Somehow run. The bad thing is that I killed my dad and put him in a weird machine, and I'm just crazy. and I don't know where Miriam went. Something really bad happened to her.
Is that your dad's brain?
Yeah, that's my dad's brain.
Alrighty, well,
you're just a murderer, or
yeah, well, I mean, he's committed suicide, but I helped. So,
well, Chucky baby, are you high?
Oh, boy, am I? I don't know.
Oh, man.
I feel like I don't. Was I? I'm a little bit buzzed, but I don't think I'm like high.
Okay, so it sounds like a no. Is
Yeah.
this something you're good at?
Spinning weird theories. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. I feel like a lot of times the answers to these questions are all about creative perspective. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is this part of your job?
Well, I'm a handyman. I don't know if the machine itself applies. I'm going to say that this part is not part of my job, though.
Okay.
This is some fucked up shit.
Have you read about something like this?
Definitely have read about something like this because it is super science fiction-y.
Makes total sense. So if you're not high, you can't be too high, but does it mean you're not high enough?
I might not be high enough. Yeah.
Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
I don't know. My dad talked about it a lot, so I think this is. I'm not unfamiliar with this.
You're not an unfamiliar. You're very familiar with this environment.
Yeah, this is my
you think you're still hurt and fucked up from that
gunshot
wound to the head?
From getting shot in the head, yes, for sure.
Then you're rolling straight up.
All right. Oh boy, this always goes really well.
Right.
4.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So reality goes down no matter what, right?
So that it does. Guess who's GM again, bitches?
Back in the saddle.
Bad thing happens no matter what. Good thing does not happen no matter what.
Yeah, so good thing does not happen.
Man.
So yeah. So last act as GM, tell me what happens.
So I feel like Frank is the only one in the room, and I feel like you can now clearly see the full extent of like Chuck's unraveled mind. He's like, no, because you see, my dad, he told us it's all simulation. All we gotta do is we overload the computers and then we break out of simulation. So that's why I had to cut my dad up and put his brain in the machine, because his brain's the only thing that could power the machine. The machine could only be powered by Father's brain. It was the only thing that could comprehend the reality, man.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah. And can Rupert just taser him at this point?
I think that's a great idea.
Like, yeah. Like,
I think I don't know. I feel like that's a roll.
Okay. All right.
Can you take? Because he's got. Go ahead.
He's well within taser. Right? Like he's not going to be resisting. I don't think.
Well, you know what?
I think if he wants the taser, I mean,
that's your first act as GM to make that decision.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. He's not GM anymore. You can't do that.
Yeah, taser that wacko. It doesn't answer where Miriam went. But.
I know, where the fuck am I?
Chuck. Oh boy.
Oh, Chuck.
Yeah, so I think as Frank tasers him and the lights go out on him, we come back up on Miriam in your black iron prison.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's just like crazy tubes and wires everywhere, and your rails kind of come out of you in every direction, and some of them join up with some of the rails, and some of them like loop into weird spirals and stuff.
How am I supposed to make decisions?
Yeah.
There's just too many paths to go down. I don't know where to go.
Was there a voice? Oh yeah, you're part of. Did someone say you're part
welcome
of the
machine?
Welcome to the machine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard welcome to the machine, and so now I'm also I'll yell back at the voice like, "What? Wait! What do I do? I don't know what to do.
Want to do?
Oh, good, you're still there. What do I want to do?
The choice is yours. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, but
what have you always wanted to do and never felt that you could?
I'd like to run the bake sale at Union.
Look deep.
Power, I guess. People to like me. Are you there still?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And I think as you talk, some of the rails like pull in, like they retract or break off and spin away.
Oh, good. That's too many choices, so it's good to have less choices. Fewer choices. Am I trapped here?
Do you want to be trapped here?
Are we supposed to free the internet? I don't really understand the internet anyway, so, and I didn't know it wasn't free, but Chuck wants to free the internet. And is that what we're supposed to do here?
Chuck is only doing what I asked him. He has no tracks of his own. He follows a set path. Unlike you, you're special, Miriam.
Special. Well, I could get used to this. All right. Well, my first to act as a special chosen person. Yeah. Special chosen person. So what, I see like rails in front of me?
You have like just like 100 rails coming off of you in different directions that kind of like hook up with these weird cables and wires and stuff that are just kind of in the distance.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I see like one in front of me and I just like touch it.
What do you want to do by doing that?
I thought that maybe I would like travel down it.
Well, I guess what does Miriam want at this point? Does she want to get out?
I think Miriam is thinking that she's gonna get like some kind of CCTV view of a life in which she's actually special.
Okay.
So I was thinking like I would touch one and I could see like It's a Wonderful Life my way around different simulations, maybe.
So what you would like to see is the life where you are in control and have perfect stuff going on. What's the bad thing that you could see?
Oh, fireworks.
Dog.
The bad thing, that is already a bad thing. The bad thing is that I forget that there is something outside of the machine.
Okay.
You can make it work if you want.
Oh, I think that's a good.
Oh, pup.
Dorg. Are you high?
Yeah. I'm coming down off of it, and I don't know how to put patches on without a body. So.
Is this something
kind of coming down? No.
Is this part of your job? I'm gonna say
no
on that one. Have you read about something like this?
No, I think Miriam mostly reads like Bible stuff and self-help and like Christian
Biblical
romance. Yeah.
Are you too high or not high enough?
I think I'm not high enough. Like I'm starting to feel my feelings again.
Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Already, I was at Chuck's house, which I didn't know. Yes.
And you're still hurt? Do you feel like you're still hurt or fucked up in here, or
I think I'm not. In here, I like don't have a body. I think.
Yeah. Okay, that is minus.
That's the only good part. Okay. Does this mean I'm gonna be GM again?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Whoever designed this game's a dick.
Yeah!
Look at
5, 6, and 4. I'm gonna live my perfect life.
Perfect life with a. You get the 5 and the 6. Both will do it if you want. Where are you gonna put your 2 points down? You can spread them out. Put them on the same one, whichever you like.
So we need a 5 or a 6 to make good things and bad things not happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is going to stay the same no matter what?
Reality never stays the same. So if you bring the 4 down to a 3.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to have -2. Yeah. I was basking in this glory.
But you can still you can burn one on the 5 if you want to, or on the 6 to bring.
Oh yeah, I'll put 1 on the 6, and then
bump reality down 1.
Let's bump reality down.
You could let reality go up and then have both the good and bad things happen.
I think that's like story-wise, I want that to happen.
Okay,
good and bad. Yeah.
The good and the bad. So I have this like perfect life, but I forget there's an outside.
Yeah. Okay. And reality goes up.
And reality goes up.
Because apparently everything is more real now and more normal for you.
Well, things are nailed down more.
Wait, you just took reality down.
I just put it back up to 4. There we go. Cool. So good thing happens, bad thing happens, reality goes up.
It's a wonderful life being my life.
So tell me what your perfect life looks like.
I think I'm like getting an award at church for being the best.
Can I volunteer something?
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like because this is, you're deep down now, and deep like this is where you really realize like your perfect life also includes Rupert in place.
Yeah, I was thinking about we're flirting. I'm flirting with Rupert over the counter, but actually then we
go to the same motel that your husband went to with that.
Yeah, we go to the Malibu. Yeah, we go to Malibu.
But it looks much nicer.
In this, it's like it's like
a big neon flamingo.
Yeah.
Rupert's all the things Malcolm never was.
Yeah. Oh, my kids are all well behaved. Malcolm still comes to church with me. Like there's still Malcolm there, but like Rupert is just like fling. At work, I'm like competent and doing a really good job. And I get to clean teeth sometimes. sometimes the dentist just like lets me pull a tooth. It's like, thanks, Miriam, and we high five. I did that, and a raccoon appeared in our window.
I just love the idea of a dentist line. Come on, you want to pull one? Come on. Come on.
No, you got it in you.
Get in here, Miriam. You've seen me do this before. So it's some like
patient ridiculous,
is like, some ridiculous montage.
And I
can like fast forward and rewind in it. So there's like, I mostly fast forward because I don't actually like watch my life, even in the perfect life. But I'll like keep watching me receiving the award at church over and over.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I think as you're watching it, like it becomes less of you watching it, and you're more immersed in it and living it, and like so until eventually, like, I'm actually just living my perfect life. This wasn't a weird thing. This is just like how my life has always been. Great.
Yeah.
Receiving an award over and over again forever.
Chuck is tasered on the ground.
Buddy?
I think
what are you up to?
Okay. I have some ideas for Rupert at this point.
Yeah, go for it.
I think I saw Miriam disappear in a violent act at Chuck's shack, and so he's inventing a story to tell his sergeant that, or his superiors, that whatever happened at Miriam's. Oh, but he still doesn't know it was Miriam's house.
Oh,
Never mind. God damn it. God damn it. Okay,
I meant to bring that
mind.
in somewhere when I was playing Miriam, and I keep forgetting about that too.
I'll never know.
See, now, Peter, you know exactly what I went through like 2 or 3 times. I was like, so then he fuck, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think, so, okay. I think he'll call it in and start reporting it. And then that's when he finally gets the news that the person's house he was at was Miriam.
Mm.
You mean the place you got kicked off the force for fucking up? And then Rupert starts framing Chuck for what went wrong at Miriam's.
So what's the story?
Oh God. Yeah, how is that actually going to work? Oh, I got nothing so far. Because what is Rupert being accused of again? Like threatening somebody?
Yeah, you broke into someone's house, basically, and I think, were you threatening them with a knife, or was it someone else? She had a knife. Yeah, you were harassing some children at their house after being told to leave.
Yeah, so I think this instead just goes really bad for Rupert because, yeah, okay, so he was chasing down a case and then Miriam disappeared, which he reports happily. And then they're like, oh God, he's finally snapped and killed Miriam.
Let's see what actually happens. So what's a good outcome from this? They believe you, they buy it, I guess.
Well, I decided to, I think I'm dropped. Yeah, the idea of framing Chuck for this doesn't make sense in this context, I don't think. But I do like story-wise, I think the natural thing that happens is as soon as they realize I was around when Miriam disappeared, I must have done it, and they'll come down even harder on me.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the bad outcome, but I don't know what a good outcome would be at this point. I guess they blame
before we. Yeah, I think as you're kind of like on the phone and like, oh no, I can't. Oh, I've got okay. They're going to, but then you get the information and it's like going back and forth and trying to figure out what to do. I think that's when the sergeant comes into the shack with the lemonade. With a couple glasses of lemonade. And it's just like, what? And now he's more real, more solid, and is speaking and just says, Frank, what did you do here? Did you?
Okay.
I mean, that's your taser wires coming out of Garn there. So
out of Chuck Garn, this man killed his father. And his brain there.
Holy shit! What?
And there's a friend of mine named Miriam Kibble here. But at this point, I've talked to the.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but Miriam Kibble was right here. And he did something with the machine that made her vanish.
And the machine is still running, too.
And the machine is still running. No, I tried hitting it with a piece of metal. It doesn't work.
It just makes it mad. And the sergeant's just like, damn, Frank, that's rough. What do you I'm not sure how much I can help you out here. I could, you're a good cop. I can cover for you a little bit, but I think we should roll for this.
Okay. I am okay with that.
Are you high right now?
I don't think
you said I think.
Oh, right. I had mouthed a couple of jujis.
Yeah, he did just pop some jujis in the living room.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you high.
Okay.
Is this talking your way out of trouble something that you're good at?
I think we established that he is good at lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good liar.
And I think that carries over to telling what he sees as the truth in a convincing sort of way.
Yeah. I'm going to say this is definitely part of your job.
Yep.
Have you read about something like this?
I think he's probably read about people going crazy and killing people in their family, but I don't think that, I think the other circumstances here take this out of stuff that he's read about.
Cool. Are you too high or not high enough?
I think he's on the right level. Yeah, like he hadn't taken a ton of stuff.
Have you seen anything like this before?
I'm gonna say no, just because the machine is such a weird element here.
Mm-hmm.
Brain in a machine.
Brain in a machine. Would you say this is an unfamiliar environment still, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is familiar. I'm saying the environment is Chuck's shack, and that's something he's familiar with.
Are you hurt or fucked up?
Oh, what had happened to him? Like I didn't get shot in the head. I didn't fall out of a window.
Fall out of a window. I think
generally,
okay,
I think
right?
Doing okay. Yeah.
Just had some lemonade, so I think you're all right. Okay, that's a +2 then.
That's a +2.
Look at you, fancy man.
So 3 dice. I'm finally rolling for something. 1, 2, 1.
Ah!
All right. Where are those pluses going?
Wow.
Oh God! I mean,
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter, right?
Not really.
But
Yeah.
we need to know.
I'll make it 1, 4, 1.
For the fans.
4 on reality, and it still goes down. And then bad thing happens, good thing does not happen.
Okay, so ooh boy. So yeah, that thing was yeah, this is the bad thing. Well, I'm doing it to myself. So yeah, the sergeant like listens to your story. He's like, they're never gonna believe it. They're gonna come after you. You, for what you did here, this is unforgivable.
Shit.
And as you look around, the machine is not running at all, and Miriam has not disappeared. Miriam is on the ground, unconscious in a pool of blood, and the sharp piece of metal that you were hitting the machine with is also covered with blood. And the detective just like puts his hand on your shoulder, and like you feel the pressure, but like there's no weight to it. He says, "You're fucked up, man. I can't help you with this." And as he's talking, he starts fading away. The best you can do now is run. And he fades away, but when he fades away, the glass of lemonade falls on the ground and shatters.
Shit.
And now you're GM.
Enjoy, Rupert Frink. Rename.
Have I played Rupert? Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't played Rupert Frink yet. That's new.
I was gonna say, I think am I the only one who's played all 3 characters?
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
you're the only one.
Achievement unlocked.
That's right.
I've only played myself or GM.
I've been GM and all 3 characters. Yay!
Nice.
Go me.
Okay. I'm gonna say in the next scene, yeah, Chuck, you come to alone in the machine room. And let's start with, in your reality, is the machine running or not?
I think the machine is not running.
Okay. And do you see Miriam's body there or not?
I do.
Okay.
So I think the first thing I would do is probably tend to Miriam and see if she's okay. Is she alive? Does she need immediate medical attention?
Right. I'm gonna so you're gonna try and help out Miriam. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's do a roll on that.
All right.
And let's speed around the questions here. So what is your highness level? Good, bad? I
don't think I'd be high, because I was just I do feel like I actually did just wake up from actually being dead.
Yeah. Is medical stuff something you're good at?
And Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, because I feel like he'd have some basic, survivalist instincts and things.
Foxfire. Yeah.
But not part of your job though, right?
No.
Not to force an answer.
No.
Have you read about a situation like this?
Oh yeah, I've read about all kinds of how to survive in all kinds of situations.
And we've covered the high stuff there. Is this unlike anything you've seen before? I gotta take one pause and open the door before my cat digs a path under the door. Okay, there we go. We're at 2. Yeah, what was the question I was just asking?
Unlike anything I've ever seen before?
Yeah.
That one I'm not sure about.
I could see it being something he's read a lot about, but never.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's probably not something he's ever actually encountered in person.
Yeah, okay.
So he's only virtually familiar with it, but not in reality.
And before we do the last 2, so the bad result is, I assume that she's dead, or is there something worse that we could? If not, that's fine.
I don't want her to be dead.
Okay.
I'm happy. Leave me alone.
Oh no.
Ooh.
In the machine.
I'm gonna be so mad if you wake me back up.
That could be the bad thing. The Buffy thing.
Like the bad thing is that. Wait, see,
we're lawnmower manning.
Who the hell I am now? I think the bad thing is that she comes to and thinks I did this to her.
And you pull her out of a perfect world.
Yeah.
Because like she's not. I feel like, regardless of what. I mean, obviously,
there's no Chuck in my perfect world.
What really happened or what's fancy. I feel either way, she doesn't know how she got where she bloodied on the floor, who did it or what happened. And
then the good outcome then would be that she's fine. Just a minor contusion, nothing life-threatening, and she'll come to. Okay, cool. Then these last 2, are you in an unfamiliar environment?
I'm very familiar with this environment.
Are you hurt or otherwise fucked up?
I think I'm still fucked up from that head wound. I feel like
and
that's
tasering.
And tasering. Yeah.
Okay, so straight roll 3 dice.
Straight roll 3 dice. Hey, that ain't too shabby right there.
Look at that.
So, all right, let's see what we got. So I can raise reality and do good and avoid bad.
Yeah, nice.
That's a rarity.
Cool. So so reality goes up to 4, and Miriam, you, after having spent several lifetimes experiencing the perfectest version of your life,
no,
you open your eyes and see Chuck Garn towering over you. He's putting a flashlight into one eye and then the other.
You're all right. Here, chew some of these herbs. This ought to help you out, real. Help you feel a little better.
And I just scream. No!
Look, do I need to get you an ambulance? Because I'm about to call the cops either way.
Where are my rails?
You seem a little disoriented, Miriam.
Why are you here?
You came to my place,
We're not
Miriam.
in this world.
Does she have some sort of gesture or control thing that she uses?
Yeah, I have it's like the Oculus where you just grab and pull. It's not working anymore. Hey, machine.
Miriam, calm down. You've had a head injury, Miriam.
It's not talking to me anymore.
Look up.
Why have you abandoned me? Are you punishing? What did I do wrong? I don't want to be around Chuck. He's not a part of this.
Maybe you do need an ambulance. Do you feel like you need an ambulance, Miriam? Because I can call one for you. I'm a little unclear if this is just a temporary situation.
I hope this is temporary.
Okay, well look, I'm gonna call the police real quick. Just relax. Stay right there. I feel like he dials. Oh, he's like, oh wait, the cops. Oh.
Chuck, are you a
I don't know if I
cop?
can trust the cops. But the one cop I thought I could trust, I couldn't trust him. So if I couldn't trust the cop that I thought I could trust.
Do you have taser wires coming out?
Yeah, Rupert, he
still in there.
Don't you remember? Rupert whacked you over the head with a bar and tased me.
No, Rupert would never do that. We have had 5 children together.
Okay, well, I did not know about that, but he definitely whacked you over the head with a
Hit
bar.
you pretty hard.
No, I've been
Miriam,
I'd say at this
Rupert's
point,
a madman, Miriam.
you hear sirens approaching from the distance. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know whose rails I took.
What? Is that a new drug?
And I want to not know who's the rails are. And I will say, Rupert, you are hiding out in the last place the cops would look for you.
I'm on the roof of the shed. And I think since we're
wily.
Like getting close to wrapping up, I think I have my sidearm out and I'm hiding, but they're clearly gonna see me. And I think there's probably going to be a firefight that may or may not end well.
Yeah.
Because he is not having a good time.
Sounds like we're gonna roll for that.
Yeah, I guess those Juji's caught up to him.
Miriam is trying to plug herself back into the machine.
It's just like the complete just junk sculpture with his dad's brain attached to it. Totally doesn't do anything at all.
Like holding the brain up.
I kind of feel like between her being crazy, what happened with Frank, I feel like at this point Chuck would just be like, you know what? I think it's everybody for themselves. I gotta get the fuck out of here before the cops get here. And he needs to try to get
taser wires dangling behind him.
The only sane one.
I think the good result is that they take me in without murdering me. And the bad result is can they both happen? The bad result is I kill a whole bunch of cops and probably get shot in as well.
Yeah,
probably a bad thing all around.
Like not shot dead, but shot in a way that would really disable you.
I think if it's bad and I don't get the good thing, it's probably gonna be dead.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
I'm definitely high.
Only thing I know.
Okay, is this something that you're good at? Shooty.
I think he is good at that. I think he's actually good at that.
And is it part of his job?
I mean, I'm usually on the other side of it.
I'll say yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. And have I read about something like this?
Yeah.
What's my book? Why would I do that?
Motivation.
Studying motivations that seem to make no sense. Boom. Yeah. That's definitely something I read about.
Okay. Are you in the Goldilocks zone of high right
No,
now?
I'm way too high. I think that last handful of Jujis was a little bit too much, and that's what kicked off the last.
Now you're not making your best decisions.
Yeah.
Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before?
I don't think I have seen this before.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen it from this angle for sure. So
okay.
I'll take that one down.
Is this an unfamiliar environment?
No.
And are you hurt or otherwise fucked up?
Am I hurt?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. I'm gonna say no, but
yeah,
I might be wrong. Yeah.
So you got to roll 3 dice, and you get a +2.
Okay. Let me change my name. I'm no longer Chuck Yarn. 6, 2, and 1. Oh boy!
Wow.
Decisions.
And so the +2 doesn't really affect things.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put the 6 in reality.
Okay.
Just bring us back up.
Because that's important. We got to maintain
reality
that.
is up to 5.
I feel like things have stabilized somewhat. It's clear a little bit what is happening, so that makes narrative sense for me. But yeah, I think they do take me in, but they take my body in. There's a firefight from the roof of the shack, and a lot of bullets go into the shack. I don't know. They probably broke the machine. It's not working. But yeah, they definitely surround the shed, and there's a lot of hubbub and shooting, and Frink buys it.
Doesn't make it out.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What about Miriam in the shed?
Yeah, let's check on that.
I'm so upset.
So, Miriam, yeah.
I want to back in.
Like Chuck runs away. You're just trying to plug yourself back into the machine.
Yeah,
right?
my real. I'm just fractured at this point where I was like,
did Chuck run away before or after the cops?
Before he wanted to split before the cops got there. Yeah.
oh, there's a raccoon sitting on his butt, very patiently waiting.
Oh, okay.
No.
Do we need a break to feed the?
No, we don't need a break.
She'll wait.
We
Yeah.
do not need to encourage him to.
Okay.
He'll wait.
I'm gonna say
It's just very.
you're
cute.
trying to reconnect yourself to the machine. I'm gonna let you roll for that, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I want back in.
And so the good thing is miraculously, or you shift to a reality where the machine works.
Yeah. Even if it just means I have just lost it. Okay. So in some.
Get shot in the head.
Yeah. The good thing is that I will perceive I am back in the machine.
And then the bad outcome to trying to get reconnected to the machine while the cops are closing in, I guess, would be
Yeah.
hail of bullets.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if I railroaded a bit there.
No, that seems good.
Uh,
wait, I didn't do the question. Sorry.
Yeah, the catechism. Are you high?
No. So I've been in the machine and I haven't had any drugs. I'm like sober right now.
Is this something that you're good at?
No.
Is it part of your job?
No.
Have you read about something like this?
No.
Are you, so you're not high enough, right? That's
Yeah, I'm not high enough.
one. Is this unlike anything you've ever seen before? Oh.
Yeah, I think I've seen at this point I've seen Chuck's machine and
Yeah, I think you're familiar with it.
I'm familiar with the location.
Likewise with the environment.
Yeah.
And oh, you're hurt because you got attacked with a bar, right?
Super fucked up.
So you're down 2. So roll 3 and retract 2. This might be the end of things.
5, 3, and 2. All right.
So you can take the 3 down to a 1.
That 2 down to a 0.
So you could kill reality and have both good and bad happen. But I feel like I'm railroading again.
Wait, is it down 2 or up 2?
It's down 2.
Down 2, yeah.
Oh.
So I can only have one thing.
Yeah.
Only have one good thing.
One good thing. Poor Miriam. I want the good thing to happen in her perception.
Yeah, yeah.
To her, she finds a way back in.
Cool. And then reality is going to go down. And then so she perceives that she gets back into the machine. So we see like the hail of gunfire goes off and she gets hella shot and perishes there.
It's the Brazil ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we cut to inside the machine, if that's okay.
Yeah. And I'm giving that speech again.
That sounds like a great place to end this.
Yeah,
I think that's perfect.
Slow fade on that.
Chuck is just running.
Yeah.
That's Chuck on the run.
Chuck is Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. He's like, I'm out of here.
I feel like this is what Chuck has been preparing for his whole life.
Yeah. He's going to ground. He's got his camp in the woods. He's
going to shed number 2.
He's living his best life.
He's like, I always knew it would come to this.
Everybody got shot in the end except for Chuck. And that is The Empire Never Ended.
That That is a 100% normal game of how that game always goes.
With our sample size of one.
If you would like to play this game, go to Major HIO, whatever. I don't know. It's on the internet. Look it up.
Write down what you heard us talking about as far as the game mechanics.
You'll find it eventually. That was cool. Wow. That worked out real well. I'm really pleased with the way that worked out. That's a really good game. I'm really curious to like hand it to a bunch of people who don't know anything to see how it goes.
How do I min-max this? Am I a bard? I want to be a bard.
Sure. Oh, here's our friends.
He's just been sitting here.
Buddy.
Street cat. Oh.
But he's sitting on his butt.
Look, it is a picture.
You think I'm going to come out there and feed you? It's true.
There's onions right there on the ground for you.
I know. He won't eat our garbage anymore.
Too good for him.
Hi, Tim.
Oh, yeah, we have that pie crust. Probably not going to use. There we go.
Hi, buddy. You're rewarded for your
patience.
You get a whole pie.
Just sat there. Okay.
Oh, also, as far as my pending
little man.
3-week absence.
Is that a gig you have coming up?
Well, next week it's a gig, and the following 2 weeks it's a play I'm doing.
Boomtown.
Yeah, Boomtown.
Ah, prune pie. Yeah.
Prune pie.
A brand new one. Well, actually, it's a rewritten. He rewrote. Boomtown's an old show, but he's completely rewritten it.
Oh.
And
but he's keeping the prune pie in, right?
That wasn't in Boomtown. Well, actually, I think it was originally.
I think it was originally from Boomtown.
But it's not now. No, it's not in this Boomtown now.
Well, I'm not going to come see it then.
No prune pie.
Prune pie.
But, so either like you were saying, I mean, y'all could just do whatever without me, or in the other option I was going to propose is unless there's a different day that works with people, like, I mean, pretty much have to be Sunday, because, well, like I said, next week I'm just out Friday, but the following 2 weeks it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I could probably do Sundays.
I could do Sunday nights, I think.
Check my calendar here. So that would be the 5th, 12th, and 19th.
I'd probably be better rested too, because usually by Friday I'm like.
Yeah, I'm good for Sundays.
Yeah,
I'm booked.
Well, no, 5th would be this Sunday, so it would be, I guess, the 12th, 19th, and 26th.
Oh, so you're booked all weekend next weekend?
Well, no, no, sorry, no. Next weekend it's just Friday.
Just Friday.
So you could do next Sunday.
Yeah, but that's the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's today? Oh yeah. No, today's the.
Where are we?
Not this coming Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 19th, I may not be free, but we'll see. Probably will be, because I had concert tickets, so I don't think that's going to be
Lucy Dacus.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they're requiring.
I was going to put that forth as an option. It's up to y'all, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Sunday though.
Yeah, that totally works for me.
Yeah, I can do Sunday night. I'm usually booked from 2 to 3 and 5 to 6.
Cool. Want to do like 7 on Sundays?
But yeah, that should work.
Oh, because that'll be 8 your time, right?
Yeah.
7? Yeah, I can do that. I think I just have to miss that weekend of the 17th, 18th, 19th. But it's no big deal.
Cool. Can you tentatively move the Google events for the time being?
Yeah.
And then we'll move them again if we.
So, just out of curiosity, Peter, you're an hour ahead of us?
Mm-hmm.
It is currently 11 p.m. here.
Gotcha.
In
Good to know.
Yet another way that I am just in extreme upstate New York.
Yeah. Sunday.
Deep in the mud at the Hoosier Dome.
Well, that'd be awesome, because then I don't have to miss it.
Yeah. And put it at 7.
Boom.
Any thoughts, preferences for what we're gonna play?
I do want to float that I think I'm gonna check on this, but I'm pretty sure I have Pandemic Zero on Tabletop Simulator if you wanted to do that eventually. Maybe not this time, but
go back to our roots.
It is an option. Yeah, that's
totally down.
Yeah, that's a good question though. Yeah, let me do some looking into that. I really liked how this game complemented, like it was a nice change of pace after like going from Passion to Stew Pot to this. It's been nice to do different things from place to place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that variety too.
Oh yeah, I am up for whatever, and have an extensive library. So,
cool.
You know any good games, Mark?
I don't know. I'm not really good with
They're
games.
all garbage.
They're all trash. I just have a room full of trash.
D&D is the only good role-playing game. Oh man. At some point, I don't know, this might be terrible, but if at some point I get to play either Travelers or Top Secret for like a short campaign, that would be meaningful to me because I owned those games as a child and never got to play them with anyone.
Still own them, yeah.
they may be in the storage locker in Austin, even as we speak. But that's not a strong preference. That's just a
Top Secret actually is not bad.
Yeah, it's early though, right? It's kind of
it is very early.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the first 3 games I played: D&D, like Top Secret, and Gamma World, or Star Frontiers.
Yeah.
I've actually never played Gamma World, which I also have. But, I'll look at that and see what it looks like.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'll
also throw in, I'm finally watching the first 2 seasons of Leverage, and so that RPG sounds, an RPG in that world sounds like it would be fun.
Yeah, and that is a very, very well designed game.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just doing heists against evil rich people.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever.
I can look again. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. We'll
maybe some spades. We'll play some spades.
Woo! They just added
Uno.
Mobile Pandemic to Board Game Arena, by the way.
I saw that. I got an email and I was like, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
This is bad for me.
Too late.
Go fish.
Too late. We already figured it out. We played it with stones, marbles. Peter painstakingly made a reality for us.
Okay, here's the design for Fuck You Town.
Yeah.
Get it sized appropriately.
Don't touch the table. Mark, we blocked you. We blocked you, Mark.
Press the flip button, though.
I'm flipping it. I can see it every time you do it.
My card fell through the table.
Again.
Void.
Through the void.
Why did Nicole steal a card from my hand?
I'm sorry. I keep like dragging cards across other people's. And we need 3 cards. Nope, not all of them.
No,
just 3. Just 1. It's like playing it with oven mitts on.
I do remember. Yeah. I remember Mark trying to grab the whole deck like he had oven mitts on. Yeah.
Over and over again.